No, you
Okay.
go on.
I don't want to scare you. I don't want to scare anybody off this live. So I'm going to keep my video off.
All right, okay.
So just to warn you, I'm now sharing on Facebook. So if anyone doesn't want to be on Facebook, feel free to hide your camera. Right, okay. So I'm going to share my screen in a moment. So if you bear with me, let me get that sorted. Right, let me get this up. Where's the presentation mode? Okay, and right, can you let me know if you can see the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Right. Okay. So just in case there's anyone here that doesn't know me, oh, and one quick warning, I've got 3 screens here. So I'm not being rude if I'm not looking directly at the camera. And right. So just to give you a bit of a background, my name is Albert. Spent most of my life in East London. And as Buddy said, I spent over 20 years in the IT industry. I've enjoyed it. I now only do it on a part-time basis. I work 3 days a week, and the rest of the time I'm using it to build this business. And what else could I say about myself? Yeah, single dad. I've got 3 kids. They don't like me calling them kids because the youngest is 17. And what else can I say about myself? Yeah, I think that's okay for now anyway. And you're here for this presentation, so I'm going to get started on that. And I came up with a motto that's based on one of the mottos within the organization, and that is that you can save, earn, and invest through travel. Now, if any of you, I'm going to laugh, if any of you are anything like me, when I first heard about this business, and anytime I hear about any kind of business opportunity, I'm always skeptical, and more often than not, there's a question in people's head, and it's because I remember saying, so is this some kind of pyramid scheme? So I want everyone to be listening to this presentation with a clear head, so I'd rather address this right at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull something up and address that question. So can you see this?
Yeah.
Right. So this is, I saw this documentary about this person a few years ago. His name was Charles Ponzi. So the word pyramid and Ponzi is interchangeable. So the reason I'm bringing it up is that a pyramid scheme is illegal. And if this was any kind of pyramid scheme or mechanism, this company would not be in existence. Now, what a Ponzi scheme is, and it was a fascinating documentary, a Ponzi scheme is something in which there is no end product. Now, with what we're doing, we do have an end product. And if there wasn't, one thing most certainly would not happen, and that is we would not be partnered with all these organizations. So I'm jumping slightly, but I'm rather excited because just this month, our latest preferred partner is P&O Cruises. And I'm really excited about that. But that's jumping the gun slightly.
Woohoo! I saw it today. It was amazing.
Yeah, I thought, wow, so, but let me go back to the presentation, if you bear with me. Right, so now, there's one thing I want you to all bear in mind. This is a partnership of 2 companies, and one of the divisions, so we've got the established travel agency, and that's been running for 36 years. I think now we're approaching 37 years. So that's an online travel business that's been in existence for well over 3 decades, approaching 4. And it's partnered with another organization which deals with the marketing side of the business. So it's through this organization called Planet Marketing that independent travel advisors become part of this business family. So we're called Planet Marketing, as mentioned.
The second thing I learned is that...
Right, okay, I think someone doesn't have their mic on mute, so let me see who that is.
Must be me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, if you could mute it, thanks. Nice one. Right. Okay. So yeah. So as I mentioned, this is the marketing side of the business, and we have many different levels in which people can earn a living through this. Now, this organization was founded by a man called Donald Bradley. He had experience within this business for some time, but he wanted to form an organization that irons out some of what he saw as issues within businesses that he'd worked in before. So as mentioned, that's Donald Bradley is the CEO, and he formed the company 7 years ago. And I was lucky enough to be one of the people that met him when he came to the UK early this year. I think it was in January or February. I think you were there as well, Devin. Did you meet him as well? Or
Yeah, he met me in it. Yeah.
yeah,
Get to
yeah.
me.
So yeah, so he's a cool guy. Yeah, and yeah, I won't make any comment about the similarities in stature. I'll just leave it there.
Brother, isn't it?
Right, and anyway, one of the things that I love about this business is that it's okay. It all depends how you're going to look at this. You can either look at this as a hobby, or if you take it seriously, you can make a serious income from it. But just because you can make a serious income from it, that doesn't mean you can't have fun as well. One of the things that I love about this is that every now and again, those that want to do extra training or network and brainstorm with other members within the organization, we go on trips. So if you look on the left of the screen, there's a trip that took place in Mexico last year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to that one, but I was able to go. If you look on the right of the screen, you see a bunch of us dressed in green. And that's when we launched in Ireland. So we all went to Dublin earlier this year. And because we're members of IntelliTravel Planet Marketing, we were able to benefit from discounting on some of the fun excursions we did while we were there and on the accommodation itself. The person, if you look on the picture in the middle, that guy there, I don't know if he's got a microphone, but that's my main mentor within the organization. And Planet Marketing came to the UK. So the UK market was one of the early locations of this company growing. And this guy here, David DaCosta, he was the first person to join the organization within the UK. Right, so if I just move on to the next slide. So as mentioned before, this is a partnership of two organizations. So the travel business side, that company is called IntelliTravel. And what's amazing about this is because it is well established, and depending on which country you're running your business from, all the travel accreditation that's needed, you can rest assured that you actually have it. Now, it's one of those things that it's very easy to take for granted because the monthly membership is such value for money. But if you were to set up your own travel agency by yourself, to get this licensing, for example, ABTA, the Association of British Travel Agents, etc., it's going to cost you the best part of £10,000 to get that accreditation and give you the authorization to sell trips and holidays. And bear in mind that traditionally, not only would you be paying that, but if you were to be running a conventional business that's not run from home, you would be paying high lease costs for a commercial property on the high street. Okay, so if I just go to the next screen. So as per the little hint that you saw earlier on, we're partnered with all kinds of organizations. As mentioned, we're now partnered with P&O. And if you look here, we're also partnered with Hilton. And what you don't see listed here is that we're also partnered with Disney, Carnival Cruises, etc., etc. I think in the UK, we have a preferred partnership with about 70 organizations, and there's a wide variety. So it's not just Disney, but we have specialist cruise companies, skiing holidays. Even if you wanted to have a Santa-based winter wonderland holiday come Christmas time, all of those things are covered. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples of some of the benefits that we get as members of IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing. So for example, if you look at this resort that's in Mexico, as a member of Planet Marketing, so if I just find the figures, so you see, if you had gone here in October, the discount that you would get, so let me just find this for you. If you were to travel to this resort, spending 6 nights, you would have had a discount of £1,059. And if you had sold this package on to one of your clients, your commission would have been £290. And just so you know, whenever you get a commission, that commission is always going to be 70 to 80% of whatever commission is paid out, that is going to be paid out. So why not let that person be you? That's what I say. And if I show you another example, this is a trip. I think David went on this trip a few years ago. So he went on a safari. So as a member of Planet Marketing IntelliTravel, he was able to get a 50% discount on the price of this trip. So if you look at the top, you'll see that normally to spend 11 days on this gorilla trek, you would be paying £4,320. So a 50% discount isn't bad at all. And if I show you another example, maybe something closer to home. So if you're based in London, or if you're a member based in London, or and you wanted to go to the Trafalgar St. James, that's under the umbrella of Hilton. That's something. Okay, so you've got the normal price. So if you were to stay there in October of last year, let me show you the discount that you would get. So as a member, you would get a saving of £592 for staying 4 nights. And if you were to sell that on to a client, your commission for that would have been £230. So it's one of those things that there's definitely benefits for being a member. So if I show you another example, Dubai is a very popular destination. I think it's the second most popular within the organization. And if you were to take a trip to Dubai, to the Palm Jumeirah, I hope I've pronounced it correctly. And if you had stayed there in October of last year, if I show you the figures for that one, as a member, you would make a total saving of £431. And if you had sold this on to a client, your commission would have been £170. Okay, so moving on. And as mentioned earlier, one of the great things about this is that, you know, all commissions, as a member of the business family, you would be getting a discount of 70 to 80% of whatever you book for your whatever you book. Okay, and let me just, okay, this is basically just mentioning some of the partners that we've got. And this is another example of a trip. So I think this might have been a trip that David actually took, actually. So he did a romantic trip at Valentine's. And by being a member, he was able to save £372 on that trip. And, you know, depending on who you are, you might be someone amongst your friends or family that's always booking trips for people anyway. So if you're a natural organizer, this is definitely a great opportunity and that you can take advantage of. So for example, on this previous trip, there was a 5-night trip to Jamaica, a group of 4, and the commission that was made on that was a commission of £693. But one of the things I love about this organization is that we don't just do holidays. So we also do ticket sales. We're partnered with an organization where you can get tickets for the O2, football matches, Formula 1 concerts, Beyonce this year. I don't know if that's passed or not, but yeah, so all that kind of stuff as well. So it gives you the ability to specialize in a niche area. one of the things that I was advised was that there's so much choice and you could get lost with, too much information. So it's always best to, look at the information, but then find maybe between 2, 3, 4 at the most, find 4 specialist types of holidays that you can specialize in. And that way you're able to give your clients the best possible service. But even if someone, let's just say someone was to approach you about something that it's not your speciality, because we have a kind of like a team spirit, there's always someone that can help you. So you're never left by yourself. We have WhatsApp groups, we have Facebook, we have an IntelliTravel Facebook group, but we also have Facebook groups for the preferred partners that we have as well. So by being a member of IntelliTravel, you can actually have a direct relationship with these organizations. So naturally, you can contact them as well by email, by phone, but you also have that social media dimension to it as well. And you can ask a question and you can get help from either the specialists within the organizations or fellow independent travel advisors. Okay, so if I move on to the next slide. Okay. Oh yeah, that was the Dublin trip. Yeah, I loved it there. And you may or may not be aware that one of the most lucrative areas within the business is actually cruises. Although there is a sliding scale in terms of cost, it's definitely something that is worth looking into. Not just from a business point of view, but a lot of members have been on cruises and they've had a great time when there. So just to give an example, a 5-day cruise with Caribbean cruises, a Caribbean cruise, you could potentially get a commission of £1,890. So it's one of those things, like remember I was saying that different people can have a different kind of specialty. So you might be someone that might want to specialize in low cost, mid cost holidays where you might be doing a lot of bookings, or you might even be someone who wants to specialize in something that you might call a high ticket item where you get groups of people, whether it be a family get together, some kind of reunion. And with those kind of things, you're going to have groups of people, which can literally be anything from 20 to 80, even depending on the type of vacation. And we have partners within the organization that can help you with that kind of thing. Okay, so if I just move on again. So that's just short. Okay, so yeah, we also do flights. Now it's with flights, it's the commission isn't necessarily that much, but it depends on the airline, because not all airlines give a generous commission if it's flight only. So the way that I look at it is that if you're running it as a business, there's definitely more flexibility with a package holiday. But then also, if it's just for yourself, for example, bear in mind that any flight that you book, when you book that flight, you can book that within the back office of IntelliTravel, and you can get a commission on that flight. So even though it might not be much if it's a flight by itself, something is always better than nothing. That's what I say. Okay, so just to give you a little example. So a flight from London to Jamaica, there was a potential commission of £168 for that one. Now, as mentioned before, my background has nothing to do with travel. My background is IT. I know nothing about travel, or shall I say, I knew nothing about travel, but that is changing. And the reason that's changing is because we have all kinds of ways that we can expand our knowledge. As mentioned, we have the WhatsApp groups and the Facebook groups. We have members that specialize in certain things. But we also have our packaged study program. And we have everything from podcasts, which I think is really cool. So I've actually downloaded an app to my mobile phone, and I listen to audio podcasts when I'm going to work. And through that, I've been able to learn about the different partners that we've got. And it's helping me fine tune where, I would want to specialize. So we have the podcast. Also on the website, several days a week, we have webinars, and in those webinars, some of the webinars focus on the education in terms of learning how to be a good travel advisor. But we also have weekly webinars, and each week there will be a couple of webinars that focus on one of the preferred partners. So it might be Disney, it would be P&O Cruises. I'm sure if I looked on the back office, because they've just joined, there's bound to be a P&O webinar shortly, if not sometime this week. And that's a great way of learning more about the organization. And if for some reason you're not able to make it live, we have a recorded library, so you can go back and look at previous recordings of any preferred partner that you may have an interest in. So that's great. I love that. And as you slide up, as your knowledge expands, you get certification. So the beginning level is Dream Maker, and then you go to Vacation Builder, and then you have Travel Genius. And those who have got to the level of Travel Genius, they're kind of like, we call them ambassadors, and they're basically a fountain of knowledge. So anything that you need to know, we can go to these people and ask them for help and information about any queries that we might have. And also, some more reassuring things that I love about this organization is the different guarantees that we have. So at the most basic level, let's just say you were to join, you weren't really feeling it, and it's not for you. You can basically explore, and as long as you cancel within 30 days, your subscription would be cancelled and you get a full refund. Another nice thing is the fact that if you were to travel during the first 12 months and you found that traveling didn't at least save you the cost of your membership, that would be refunded to you. And the third guarantee is, let's just say, for example, you were to do a quote for somebody, because we also, one of the benefits that we get, we have our own website customized for ourselves. And if someone was to book something through our website and they later found that they were able to get it at a cheaper price elsewhere, if it's like for like, we have a price guarantee to match that offer. So yeah, that's one of the things that I love about this organization. Okay, so moving on, let me just fly past a couple of slides. So that covers the saving and earning through travel element of the business. So we're now moving on to what I call the investment side. And that's not for everyone. That's the affiliate side, or the multi-level marketing side of the business. So depending on what you want, this may or may not appeal to you. So we have two price structures. So for anyone who just wants to focus on being a travel advisor, there's that option. But if you want to take advantage of the other side of things as well, there's also the other stage, which I'm going to explain in a moment. Let me just pause briefly, because I've been talking and I haven't been looking at the chat, and I don't know if anyone's been asking me any questions, so bear with me. Okay, right, no questions so far. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next stage. Okay, so as mentioned, we have the affiliate marketing side of this business, and I hope I can give you a good, simple explanation. So basically, if you're subscribing to the networking side of this business, what happens is that if you were to share this with anyone, anytime someone joins the organization, you would get a £40 commission as a thank you for recommending this to someone. And I love this because it's, some of you may know that I'm a Star Wars fan, and I'm always recommending Star Wars films and Marvel films, but I don't get any commission whenever I recommend that someone watches something. But with this is something that benefits everyone who joins, and as a thank you, you would get a £40 commission whenever someone joins the team. And not only that, but if someone was to join the team through the person that has joined up directly through you, they would get their £40, and you would also get £20. So there's levels to it. So you can see why I use the term investment, and that will make even more sense as I carry on with the explanation. Okay, so if I move on to the next stage, right, so okay. Right, if I move on to the next stage. Now, in the early stages, if you are going to go down the affiliate side of things, initially there's 3 levels. So you have bronze builder. So a bronze builder is someone who has signed up 3 people into the organization. And once you sign 3 people, the commission that you get actually covers your monthly membership. Then the next stage is 6 people, but the one that anyone who's interested inside of the business should ideally aim for, that's the gold builder status. And that's when you signed 9 people up into the business. And that will make more sense as I go further. Okay, so okay, so one of the good things about once you become a gold builder is, let's just say that you've got members in your team who are booking travel. And let's just say that someone was to book something for a family, and they were to get a commission of, depending on the size of the booking, if their commission was £1,000, you would actually get £100. And that's not deducted from that person. Because you're a gold builder, you would actually get 10% of whatever they're getting. So that's one of the great things about this. And if I move on to the next stage, so this is a bit of a breakdown. Now, if this is the first time you're watching this, I wouldn't expect you to understand it. I had to watch it a few times before, I had my aha moments, but hopefully I can explain it enough for it to at least begin to make sense. So what this is showing is that it's showing the potential earnings that you get depending on which level of bronze, silver, or gold builder you are. And these figures show the potential that you would get, assuming that everyone is signing up, that number of people, and everyone is active within the organization. So for example, if you're a bronze builder, your potential earning would be £117. But if you're a gold builder, your potential this is monthly earnings, by the way, your potential monthly earnings, if there's 19,000 plus people in your organization, is actually over 88,569 people. Now, those figures may seem eye-watering, but it's not that you're going to be signing all of these people up. You only need to sign 9 people up. And if you want to build an organization and you're helping people and replicating the process that you're doing, it can grow to those kind of figures. So yeah, don't be daunted by the numbers. It's a thing that replicates over time. Now, going back slightly to this kind of misconception that people have about pyramids, I hope David doesn't mind me saying, but so as mentioned, he was the first person to join the organization within the UK, and he has people in his downline that actually earn more than he does. So this is a dynamic where you're not limited by when you join. The only limitation is, what you want from the organization and how much you want to put into it and how you want to grow. So bear that in mind. So he has a monthly income of, I think it's $25,000 a month, and he's got people in his organization, in his downline, that actually earns £75,000 a month. I don't know if it's pounds or dollars, I get confused sometimes, but basically 3 times as much, and it's a lot. So yeah, right, okay. So right, so that explains the gold, the gold builder level. Okay, so this is the next stage up. So let's just say you've got to gold builder. What else can you potentially earn? And this is, again, this is why I keep talking about investment. Now, if you've grown a team of 100 people, just for having those 100 people, you would get a monthly bonus of £440. And now, also, when people join your organization, if you're at the initial levels, you get not those directly below you, you get £3 per month. Whereas with this one, you get £16 whenever someone joins. And you see that depending on which level of gold, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star director you are, it would be 16, 24 or £32 a month. So as I said before, don't beat yourself up if you don't understand this fully. This is going to be recorded so you can watch it again, or you can ask questions later on as well, once this meeting has ended. So at the moment we have 9 levels. So to the best of my knowledge, no one has got to 9-star director yet, but we do have people at 6-star. So they earn a commission of £14,000 a month. So yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so with this being an American company, there are also some perks that culturally we're not so familiar with them here in the UK, but if you're familiar with American sports, one thing that is often given to people when they win championships is that they get championship rings. And that's something that's also offered within Planet Marketing. So if you were to see here, if you have monthly income of £7,350 a month, you would get a sapphire ring. Now, this is a translation of dollars, so that's a representation of $10,000. If you were to earn £18,380 a month, you get ruby, and then diamond 36,760, double diamond 73,533, and then the one that lots of directors are drooling over is if they get to 5-star director status, they actually get a Rolex watch as well. Now, for me personally, as I said, you know, we've all got different motivations for why we find this business attractive. And for me as a parent, this was one of the no-brainer moments. And what this represents is if you get to the status of becoming a director, your monthly income becomes willable. So if the unfortunate happens and you pass away, whatever you're earning on a monthly basis, that would actually go to up to 4 people that you nominate, and they would get that income going forward. And, you know, there's not many companies that I can think of that do anything like that. And when I heard about that, it was, yeah, it made it a no-brainer for me. And it's one of the things that I love about the affiliate side of this business. Okay, and so as I mentioned briefly before, excuse me, as I mentioned briefly before, when you join, you get your own website. So let's just say, for example, you're like me, you work on a part-time basis. You're not necessarily available all the time. You can always direct people to your website and they can make bookings through there. So that's one of the great features that I love about this. So now to the final stage, what does this cost? So here's a breakdown. And a lot of people sometimes get confused when they first see this. So hopefully I can explain it clearly. When you first join, you pay £156, but you only pay that for the first month. So that's, you know, the admin, with most things there's an admin fee, etc. So when you first join, it's £156, and that gives you access to all levels within the organization: save, earn, invest. Now, let's just say that you don't have an interest in the affiliate side of the business. That's fine as well. Not everyone wants it. Maybe you just want to focus on being an independent travel agent, or maybe you literally just want to use this business as a way to travel cheaply. And because of the way it's structured, and if you were to see how things work, and especially if you have a family or 2, 3+ people, if you're going to travel once, twice, definitely twice, if you're going to travel twice within the next 12 months, this pays for itself. So if that's all you want to do, just do the ITA package and you're covered. You go on holiday, it's covered, nice and easy. But if you want to go to the next level and you want to see it as an investment for your future, then I highly recommend going for the full package, which is £156. So £142 just to be a travel advisor, £156 if you want the full package. Now, after that, if you just want to run the travel agency, your monthly subscription is £32 a month. And if you're going for the full package, then your monthly subscription is then £46 a month. And that's basically it. So at this stage, we like to say that you're going to be one of three types of people. You might be thinking, yeah, no thanks, not for me. That's fine. I respect your decision, and I appreciate that you've taken the time to stay all the way to this point of the presentation. And maybe it's not for you because it's the wrong time, etc. But hopefully you found value, and maybe you might want to recommend it to someone else. Maybe you're quite curious, but you have a few questions. That's fine as well. So whoever introduced you to this presentation, you can ask them questions, and we can get that clarified for you. Or maybe you're like me, because not everyone does this, but when I first heard about this, as soon as the presentation ended, I just harassed the person that introduced me, and I made sure I got signed up that evening. But everyone is going to be different, and so it's hope you found the presentation interesting. And oh yes, is there anyone here that would like to do a testimonial, by the way?
Yeah, Liz, in it. Liz, go on there. You're welcome.
Hi, I've just been put in the deep. I'm there as Constance, but my name is Liz. I joined the business basically because I was working before and realized you're not safe in an employment, because I worked at a place for 20 years. So, and I was introduced to this business through that, and I decided to join it. And I've always wanted to help young youths get a lodge for them, so they can have skills, because they do not teach that in school. Basically, school you go maths, English. So I want to teach them music, agriculture, carpentry, and get other things like fitness as well, so that they could find out what they want, dig their fingers into different pots to find out, because young children, even though they say they're grown up, they're still growing. So they get to learn that, and some of them get to learn the history. And that is mainly why I wanted to travel in, so I could help other people. But of course, I have to help myself first before I could actually help them. That's my ambition. That's my goals, should I say.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's how should I put this? It's like when it dawns on you the potential that you could do, you start to expand the kind of things that you want to do, and it stops being just about yourself. You start thinking about, okay, this is actually possible as well. So yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah. Does anyone else want to do a testimonial? Because I don't want to take up people too much.
Yeah, we got two more. Christina is going to do a testimonial, and I'll go after.
Okay.
You muted, Christina. If you're available. Can you hear us, Christina? If not, I'm gonna go. Yeah. So I've been in the business almost 3 months now. So I got signed up by Liz, the one I just spoke. Yeah, and I saw the vision straight away. So when I got signed up, the reason why I literally got signed up is because I love the idea of implementing my business, because I'm into fitness, and I love the idea of doing retreats and stuff like that. And the travel came to mind, and I was thinking that'd be ideal for me, because I'm all about the holistic approach, and I'm thinking me merging travel with fitness, that's a no-brainer right there, because a lot of people want to travel, and obviously the body-mind connection is something everybody need. Obviously, they probably wouldn't know at the point in time, but they need it. So I want to be able to package my brand, which is the fitness, and just take them into lovely areas in the world and just have fun. So one of the reasons why, but also it's all about the coaching side of it. I'm big in obviously live coaching and stuff like that. And I saw the option there to obviously do the speaking. Like my mentor, David, he speak to probably over like 500 people, sometimes 10,000 people. And I always visualize myself doing stuff like that. And this business manifesting itself. And I was like, wow, I was like, in the night, I was like visualizing myself speaking to a massive crowd. And then this business presented itself and I saw the opportunity. So I was like, okay, that's obviously God probably speaking to me, or the manifestation coming into fruition. So I was like, okay, I need to go with it. So now I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I see the vision, because I'm a type of guy, I like to visualize things, and I saw the vision, and now I'm just acting the part right now. So that's one of the reasons I got into it, and the passion of helping other people grow. The financial side of it is obviously a perk I'm really interested in as well. So that's a little bit about why I joined. So let me just take it a little bit further to the people obviously on here. They probably got questions as well. So I'm gonna put obviously Prima on the spot. So Prima, what did you like about the presentation? I know it was a lot to take in. I was to say thank you to Albert for taking his time to come and give us some that information as well. But Prima, what do you like most about it? You muted? Are you there, Prima? If not, ooh. Did you fall asleep again? If not, who we got? We got Carly. What's up, Carly? You all right? Can you hear me, Carly?
Hi.
No pressure, Carly. No pressure. We all family here. What did you like most about the presentation, based on the information you get?
Yeah, it's quite interesting actually to see what's on offer and what you can do and how much you can earn and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if I'd be interested in actually getting involved in it, but I might be interested in obviously looking into packages of holidays and seeing what I can get as a discount, and obviously help guys out, and then maybe in the future something to look into a bit later on. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you for your input. Really appreciate it. Oh, somebody's like, no, I'm not gonna speak. But
I'm going to disconnect from Facebook just in case anyone's feeling a bit self-conscious. So I'm going to.
Are we on Facebook as well? I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah.